Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, it's not even 3 o'clock yet. It's not even 2:30 yet. If you watch my channel, you know I get up early. I get up like 1:30 in the morning to start going. I get up earlier every day to start going through the news feeds to get to find a subject, a topic to talk about here every morning on my YouTube channel. And this morning I came across a story. I already have a video all set to go that I was going to download this morning, and I'm still going to download it. It's about Larry David and Will Wheaton and Elmo, and it's a good video. But I went through the news stories anyway, and I came across this news story, and it has to do with homeless vets. And I'm going to say something. And the more I thought about this as I was going through, I picked this story. I was like, well, I'm going to talk about this after I download my video that I was going to download this morning. And I'll consider doing a story about this other story. And the more, as I got up and started showering and shaving, I started getting more and more angry. I decided just to talk about this before I even download anything. But this is still fresh on my mind. This has to do with Curtis Sliwa, the Guardian Angels, Fox News, Sean Hannity, and my family being brainwashed. Some people in my family and families all over this country being brainwashed, literally brainwashed by this false fear-mongering on Fox News. And it has to do with the homeless vets. This is really what this just pushed me over the top this morning. Yeah, I'm going to say something right now, and I mean this with all sincerity. I couldn't give a flying big Newton about the homeless vets. I couldn't care less about any freaking veteran of the United States military. How's that? What do you think about that? You know, and I actually feel adrenaline rushing through my body right now saying that. Like there's a little fear because it's like I'm not supposed to say that. You know, I'm supposed to hail and salute and praise the military machine of the United States. You know, God forbid I say anything about, you know, any person, the millions of people that have joined the United States Army. God forbid, you know, they are heroes. They are to be worshipped. Ooh, the homeless vets. You know what? Screw that. Screw that. I couldn't give a turd about the vets or homeless vets. How's that? What am I talking about? Okay, so in this video, the links will be down below. This happened in Times Square. Sean Hannity was filming and interviewing Curtis Sliwa and his Guardian Angels. Curtis Sliwa. I grew up in this area, Times Square. I've been going down to Times Square since I was in my early teens, taking the bus down to Manhattan on my own, skipping school and going to Manhattan. And I remember these goons. They are the biggest bunch of losers, just geeks and losers, and they hang in a pack. And they're constantly, you get any one of it's just like any other gang. You get any one of these individuals apart from the rest, and you can see they're scared and timid, but you get them in a bunch, and it's a gang. Okay, so they're supposed to be guarding the streets for us normal citizens. Okay, so Curtis Sliwa has popped back up, and he's pumping out all this insane, hateful rhetoric about immigration. And so you can see this right down below. I'll put the link right on top, and the actual clip. And I got another clip from MSNBC that's really good. So Sean Hannity is interviewing Curtis Sliwa on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden the Guardian Angels start. Curtis Sliwa was talking about, the Guardian Angels behind him start bunching up and going after somebody. So Sean Hannity asks to turn the camera around to see what's going on. And Curtis Sliwa says this. He says, it's one of those immigrants that my Guardian Angels are apprehending, and they're making him suck some pavement. He's sucking so much pavement that his mother back in Venezuela could feel the repercussions. He actually said this. He has no idea who this person is. All of a sudden, his goons just go and grab somebody, all right? And Curtis Sliwa says, he says, this guy is sucking pavement, and his mother in Venezuela, could feel the repercussions. He has no idea who this dude is or what he did. that makes my point about these goons, right? Turns out this guy isn't an immigrant. All right, this guy is like me. He can't stand this bunch of goons, this gang, and he was making a lot of noise. The guy they jumped was not an immigrant. He lives in the Bronx. Okay, not an immigrant, not from Venezuela, and not shoplifting. It turns out he was arrested, but it turns out the police and Sean Hannity actually made an on-air apology about this. Okay, that's bad enough. But while this is happening, before this starts happening, Sean Hannity goes, he's talking about these cards that they hand out, apparently, allegedly hand out to immigrants in New York City for $106. Now, $106 ain't it's not jack squat these days. But Sean Hannity's all upset that any homeless mother with kids is getting $106. And he says this, and this is the thing I can't freaking stand. He says, oh, they're not handing out money to the homeless. I bet you they're not giving out cards to the homeless vets down there, are they? No, they're giving them out to these immigrants. The homeless vets. This is how it makes me so angry. I hear this over and over and over from the right. People in my own family. I see it on Facebook. Oh, what about the homeless vets? When you're talking about, they're talking about immigrants coming to the country. Oh, we should take care of the homeless vets. Okay, stop right there. If you have ever uttered these words, what about the homeless vets? Tell me this. Have you ever done a thing for the homeless vets? Have you ever donated $1? Have you ever even bought a little poppy from the vets in front of the stores? Have you done that? Have you done anything for homeless vets ever? Probably not. You know what? If you have, I will have you on my channel. I promise. If you tell me in the comments that yeah, I've helped out the homeless vets, then I want you on my channel. I want you in one of my videos. I want to hear what you did for the homeless vets, the facts. Because otherwise, all you're doing is using these homeless vets for political arguments, for political fodder. Whenever it suits your fancy to rant and rave about immigrants, you bring up the homeless vets. But as soon as we're talking about anything else, you couldn't give a flying F about the homeless vets. What did you ever do for the homeless vets except for use them as a political argument? And here's my second thought. So what? So this guy, some guy from Iowa, in 2006, decides to join the U.S. Army. He goes to Afghanistan. He's a cook. He's an MP or whatever. He comes back. He gets divorced. He starts drinking, and he's homeless. Why? Who cares? What about the firemen? What about the policemen? What about people addicted to drugs? What about the architects? What about the cooks? Why is this guy so freaking special? He made a choice to go in the army as his vocation, as his career. And even if he went to Afghanistan and he kicked down doors of some Afghan families and threw some Afghan families around or threw some Iraqis around, why should I salute this? Why should I put this guy on some kind of hero worship? Why should I care? It's a life choice. It's a career, And do I owe my freedom to this guy? Did him going to Iraq or Afghanistan give me my freedom? Did it protect my rights? No, it didn't do jack squat except take money out of all of our pockets and cause misery and harm and death to the people, the Iraq people and the Afghanistan people. That's it. But oh no, here in America, we have to salute. I have to actually be afraid. My adrenaline starts pumping because God forbid, I say I couldn't give the whole homeless vets thing is BS. You know what? I couldn't give a flying fig Newton about any vet unless he's a World War II vet, because that was an honest fight against evil. And I doubt there's very World War II vets around. Or if he was a Vietnam or Korean War vet. Those people I have empathy for, because a lot of people in Vietnam and Korea didn't make the choice. They were drafted. And that I have empathy for. But because some guy in Iowa or California or Maine made a career choice to join the Army or the Marines or the Navy, back 10 years ago. Why, just because he went to a different country, or he went to Texas or Virginia or Greenland, and he was in the Army, all of a sudden he's my hero, and I have to house him and feed him, even, because he has a drinking problem. It's my, screw that. I couldn't give a crap about the vets from Afghanistan or Iraq. What do you think of that? And if you ever actually did something for these vets, I want to talk to you on my channel. So, sorry for the rant. I had to get that off my chest. The links will be down below. You guys have a good Saturday.